Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Shai that belongs to the apostles of GMS, the great millstone. Salutations to all Yakim on the highways and byways, noising this gospel abroad on the four corners of the earth, and today is the elect, the brother Jayan. This video is going to be the name in response to the video of the Tahar did on, I believe it's what is the mark of the beast 666. It's response to the he was making a response to the video that that nigga did, Tazaryach from the UPK, and it was, I guess he broke down the video of he broke down the scripture of the women in Matthew's 15 and 26. So I'm just gonna read it real quick, and just because when these things get ran by me by Elder Tahar, and he started to go into his breakdown, and he told us to go into it, immediately I started looking up words. I started looking up the words to what was in the script. I looked up a couple of words, and looking up the words, and then just having a basic understanding of how this thing operates, and who the Lord came for, who He came to deliver, who He came to bless, who He came to curse, and all those things that go along with that. Hopefully the Spirit will lead you to the information you need to know. So this is Matthew chapter 15, and I'm going to start at, I'll get to the point, and it says, but he answered and said not a word, and his disciples came, Matthew 23, but he answered and said not a word, and the disciples came and brought him in, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet for me to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. And she said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat the crumbs which are fallen from the master's table. Then Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And the daughter was made whole from that very hour. That's just like some key points in here that'll let you know that that woman was an Israelite. Because he said, he talked about her faith. When you look up that word faith, the word faith is in Hebrews, the 11th chapter, to tell you exactly what it is according to the scriptures. Alright, but just to go off a little bit, it's a relationship that you have with the Most High, a relationship that you have with your power, a conviction of your belief, a conviction of that He is the Creator, He created all things. Again, it is according to Hebrews, the 11th chapter, the belief, and then they go into a bunch of things that the Israelites did, our ancestors did, concerning their faith, how they believed Abraham, willing to sacrifice his son. Why? It was based off of faith. Belief in the Most High, that the Most High was the power, He was the Creator, that He had everything under control. So that woman had faith, but because she wasn't following the customs, she wasn't following the laws, the Lord came back to bring people back to Him, and back to loving Him, and how you bring people back to bring people back to loving the Father through Him. He is that intersection, and how you do that, the Lord said, if you love me, do what? Follow my commandments. Alright, so the Most High is dealing with the elect through Yahushua, through the Spirit. So He was coming back to set the things that were off into proper perspective, into proper order. Alright, so He told her, listen, I came to the house of Israel, talking about the people who were gonna come back to this thing. Alright, she said even the dogs eat the crumbs from the master's table, and He said, great is your faith, because she believed that she could come out of that thing. Now, that's touching what was her nationality as written by the scriptures. I equated to she was lost. She didn't know who her nationality was. She didn't know. She knew, but she didn't know. And what I mean by that is, today, I'll give you an analogy. Today, you got people that go about For instance, say if you was a so-called African American born in China, all right. Now that Cyrenicius is a Roman. That was a Roman province. All right, that was a Roman a section of the Roman territory. All right, so that's what she had called herself. But she was calling herself Greek. Now today, our people call themselves African American. They're not African. They're not American. Now add some more confusion to it. Say you were born in China, all right, somewhere where that's not your homeland. All right, now you're calling yourself all kind of crazy shit. You're an African American born in China. You're an African American, but you're a Chinese citizen. All right, all kind of confusion when all actuality you are none of those things. You're a Hebrew Israelite. All right, that's just the confusion that our people were in, and the confusion that our people are in today. As touching the Gentiles, this is who Paul went to. This is why. This is why those arguments happened back in the days. But for the most part, you could tell that the story was just for edification. Just for the brother's sake, just for the elect's sake. Just to clear up some things. Not everybody was going to get this. It clearly was a dark saying. Alright, so you saying that she was Edomite? That's wrong. That's false. That's going off because he healed her. Alright, and the only blessings that Esau is going to get is what? The fatness of the earth. He receives his blessing. You can't make the crooked thing straight. Esau was made crooked. He's not going to be blessed. He's not going to believe. He's not going to have faith in the Lord, faith in his sayings and his teachings. Matter of fact, he's contrary to the Lord's saying and his teachings. Now, once are you going to find an Edomite that was in agreement with the Lord or with Yahweh? You know, and we all one body, all of the elect. Matter of fact, they're the prosecutors. Alright, so they're against us. They're not for us in any way. And the Most High didn't come down, send His Son to come down here and give them blessings, man. He came, He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's another clue. He wasn't just joking around when He said that. Alright, so this thing, Paul said it, it's a mystery. The other apostles said it, this thing concerning the Gentiles, it's a mystery. If you don't go look into these words, and the water Yahweh Shai that He sent the elders and to give us them tools to go out and search these things out, and not to read things for face value, but to look up them words so that you know that this is a Roman province, or that Greek. You look up that word Hellenistas. It's talking about Israelites that were Israelites by nature, but that were following after the customs of these Gentiles, these Greeks. And marvel not, because you got Israelites today that follow underneath the customs of these goddamn Babylonians, or these Edomites, or all these other nations, and they calling themselves these other nations. You got people that look like Edomites that are actually calling themselves Edomites because of that. So again, this thing is not carnally at all. It's very spiritual. I'm gonna keep this video short. Just a quick response to the Elder Tahar's video, but at the end of the day, I hope the main lesson in this, if anything was caught, was think everything's spiritual. Look up words too. Also, you gotta look up the words. Don't get confused, because the Bible is not a book of confusion, but it is a snare to a lot. It definitely is a stumbling table to a lot. So that's why the scripture says, "Study to show yourself approved." So study. Shalom.